Hello, everyone. How are you today? Let's make sure the chat is enabled. Everyone. Okay. So how are you today? Can you try the chat now? Great. Hello, Hanan. Hey, Toma. Very good. Just want to check if some people... Okay, great. So, never been better, Lamia. Never been better, Stephanie. Never been better, Razan. Hi, Carol. Hi, Renoir. Amazing. Okay, so better than you. Well, I'm happy for you, but you can try. Whoever always says I can be better than you, that's a motivation. Thank you. I really hope that you are really better than everyone. Anyway, so for the people who are watching on Instagram, guys, just go to my last story. I put the link of the Zoom so you can see the PowerPoint, okay? So today we're going to talk about very heavy, mind-blowing information coming from the man, the billionaire, the 10X guy, Grant Cardone, with his Super Life content, the training 10X Super Life that I was watching also today to prepare for this workshop. And really my mind is blown with some new knowledge that I thought that some beliefs in my head were right, but after I listened today to Grant, some words completely changed their meanings in my head, because every word is saved in our head with a meaning. Okay, and what I didn't know, that I didn't really know the real meaning of those words, because those meanings, most of it are not from the dictionary. Most of those meaning, we learned it from somebody who explained it to us. And today it's going to be a little mind-blowing, okay? And if you missed the first part, it's already saved, recorded in my YouTube channel, Gary Z. You just have to click the live, because let me show you, because some people are saying, I'm going to your channel and I can't find it. So let me show it to you. Second. Okay, so mainly when you go to my channel, Gary Z, it's written like this, Gary Z triple E, okay? That's the channel. Make sure you subscribe. And here there's live, because you can't see the recording or the lives here. By the way, there's very good content here. You can go through it, like procrastination because of future fears, understand the money game, entrepreneurs discussions I did long time ago. They are here. Not all of them. Hiring a new graphic designer and editor so that he continues the job of the last editor I had. So everything is going to be downloaded here. Don't trust your mind. Build your online business tip and entrepreneur discussion. So click on live. Here there's an amazing content. All the Sunday lives that I'm doing, free content that I'm delivering every Sunday, they are here. Okay, so I started with the Road to Sales. There are 3 parts for Road to Sales. It's very, very important you understand this Road to Sales so you can make more money. The 10X Your Money Mindset, it was a mind-blowing training also. 10X Super Live last week, it's here, the first one, and now we're doing part 2. There are 4 parts. We're going to do the 10X Super Live every Sunday. Make sure you book your time every Sunday night, especially it's winter. So usually we don't do anything Sunday night, winter time. Okay, so book it for yourself to invest your time, learn this free knowledge coming from me, licensee of Grant Cardone. Let's also ask the question, which country you're watching from. For the people who are watching on Instagram, go to my last story again and click on the Zoom link so you can see the PowerPoint. Algeria, Lebanon also, Bratislava, Qatar, Ghana, Lebanon, Algeria again, Netherlands, Okay, so we have like 10 countries today. Santo Domingo, 11 countries. UAE, 12 countries. Okay, so we have 12 countries today, which is great. I'm so grateful for the technologies that people created for us to be together for 2 hours, really investing our time and blowing our mind weekly with this amazing knowledge that honestly, every time I hear stuff like this, I'm like, who's like me? I wish I knew this before. I wish they teach us this in school. I wish they taught us this in university. I'm always like that. So we would have gained much more time. Okay. So Anthony, go to the Zoom link. Okay. So let's open the PowerPoint and let's start. I have to remind, because for the people who didn't watch last week and they're watching now, I have to remind, or I have to say the things that I said at the beginning of my call, of my workshop last week, of the 10x Super Life. I have to say it. I have to take the permission to blow your mind. Okay? If you give me permission to blow your mind, if you give me permission to feel attacked, if you give me permission that you will feel uncomfortable, put a number 5 in the chat, because you cannot grow if we don't shake that programming in your head. The only way you can grow is by downloading new ideas that contradict what is saved before. So once that happens, the mind will make you feel uncomfortable. And then it tries to attack it, defend anything new that is coming. So today, I'm going to ask the permission to blow your mind. Great. Very good. So I'm just going to remind also what we learned last week in case, because your mind was protecting you after last Sunday, what the mind does also, it makes you forget the completely new knowledge. Okay. So I'm just going to remind a little bit some very important points. So I have to remind also that what is this training? Mainly, it's a training that Grant Cardone did after he wrote the book, The 10X Rule in 2010. So after 4 years or 5 years, I think in 2015, he did this training to add everything he discovered. He said, if I go back and write the book again, I would have added the points in this training. So what I'm going to share, it's not in the book of 10X Rule. What I'm going to share, it's what he discovered in the last 5 years. After writing that book, 5 years, he built his empire as 10X empire all over the world, with different businesses and with the branding valuation that is so high. 2010, when he wrote the book, it was a plan for him to blow up his business, his brand. And after 5 years, he learned along this 5 years a lot of new things. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to remind you what is a super life. Super life, to build a viable network. The mission of Grant Cardone, to build a viable network of like-minded people committed to creating extraordinary super life success in every aspect of their lives. People are settling for the reality rather than working for their full potential. 10X defined the right thing combined with the right amount of actions across all of your life's interests to accomplish an extraordinary life referred to as super life. So last week, it was the first quarter of the 10X Super Life, and we did talk about why you don't have a super life. And I said, it's not your fault until last Sunday. Okay. So now that you know the reasons, we talked about it last Sunday, now it's your responsibility why you don't have a super life. Okay. So we talked about the reasons why. Anthony, it's in the WhatsApp group, 10X community. Okay. So why don't you have a super life? We talked about 5 reasons, the role models you had in your life, are the reasons why you don't have a super life. The wrong definitions of some words are the reasons you don't have a super life. Wrong targets are the definition of not having a super life, 10x super life. Education of university and school system, the whole system of education is the reason also, and lack of revenue is the reason also. We talked about who are the role models, the lies of the society. You can go back and watch if you missed it, and if you want to remember the most important things we talked last Sunday. Most of us are brought up poor and middle class, then barely live the rest of our lives, stuck with the beliefs of the poor and the middle class. Middle class goals and that conflicts with freedom, and mainly all the successful people, every person who really works to be successful or is successful, they don't work for money, they work for freedom. And that's what you should work for, freedom. And we will talk about it today more. What is freedom? Okay, so we will talk about it today. So middle class goals are conflict to freedom, the false knowledge that is coming from the middle class. And very, very important question you should ask yourself: can you survive the danger and hardship that are out of your control when it comes to your family, business, physical health, spiritual, financial, communal, and recreational? And it's funny that it's not funny, actually. It's interesting that I said last Sunday that, well, there are dangers it's out of your control. A tsunami might happen, an earthquake might happen. And after 6 hours, we had an earthquake in the region, and it was really weird. And let it be a sign. If you survive the earthquake, let this be a sign that there are things that are not in your control. Okay, so you cannot just be comfortable. Yeah, some people called me, I'm like those people on television who predict what's going to happen. I'm just going to send my resume and the proof to the televisions. Anyway, so universal fact also, we talked about it. Bad things happen to good people. Bad things happen to extraordinary people. Only one group survives. So let me give you an example about the earthquake. You saw that many buildings fell down, right? But you saw some buildings didn't fall. And mainly the buildings who were built by a very good architect, projects that they weren't cheap and made sure that it resists any danger, stayed. And the people living in those houses and weren't cheap and getting a better house, the better quality, survived. So even an earthquake, you can protect yourself from earthquake if you have the right mindset. You're fixing everything in your life when it comes to 10x super life mindset, and it's not the middle class and poor class mindset. And that's what we are working on here. We are working on a culture, a network of people to save many people from the lies that is saved here from the society and the middle class and poor, which they are the majority. Okay, so mainly, if I'm going to summarize what we talked about last Sunday, this is it. To create a super extraordinary life, 10x life for yourself and others, you must change your think. This starts with absolving yourself of the thinking that traps you and replacing that with new information, which means the only first thing you should do, understand what is right and wrong, that is saved in your head. Understand what is right and wrong. There's no right and wrong. We talked about this. Right and wrong is relative to what you want to achieve. Okay, so based on your goals, based on your targets, we're going to talk about targets also today. Okay, but mainly you will decide what is right and wrong based on what you want to achieve. Okay, so So what you need to do, you have to understand that the brain is like a computer. It's like UPS, where you can delete things and download new things. And it works like that. It really works like that. And the only way you can save things is by repetition of the five senses. So listening to things, to ideas that helps you achieve your goals is your main priority. Learning, investing on yourself, and being surrounded by people who can help you achieve your goals is one of your main first targets you should work on. So, and that's why what I'm doing now is helping a lot of people. I just launched last week my first week of getting students for my Grant Cardone licensee project as a coach and a licensed coach from Grant Cardone. I created a community, and we're growing this community now of people who want to learn, grow, delete, and save new ideas. And there are many people who started watching the Amazing University of Grant Cardone this week. And every day they are sending what they are learning in this community, in this WhatsApp group, which is really, really beautiful to watch, that people are having everyday aha moments, aha. And aha moments are mainly the moments where a new idea comes that contradicts what it was saved before. And this is why what was saved before was blocking you to go further in your life or closer to your goals. So today we're going to talk about the second quarter, new targets. So we understood first that we have to what? Change the programming, okay? Change of programming depending on what? Okay, the targets. And I've seen a lot of people struggles in their target. The reason why they don't achieve is their target, because also it's part of the programming how to put targets. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about having a super life, extraordinary life, and we're going to talk about the life of freedom today. So, number one, I am committed to creating my super extraordinary life of freedom and success. This is a challenge for all of you who are watching. Go to your social media. I don't know, Twitter, story, post, Facebook, TikTok, anything, and write or say this sentence. I am committed to creating my super extraordinary life of freedom and success. One of the things I learned to achieve any goal is the first step you do when you have an idea, a goal, say it. Say it. Tell the world. Inform the world. And don't care about what they think if you don't achieve it. Just say it. That's the first step. It works like that. Okay? So just say it. Tell to the world, I'm committed to creating my super extraordinary life of freedom and success. So that's my challenge. Hashtag 10x, hashtag 10x Gary Z, anything you want to put, hashtag living the free life. So let me see them who did it. Okay. And I will have a special call with you I will search those hashtags. So hashtag 10x Gary Z and hashtag living the free life. Okay. So I want to see who did post that he's committed to creating my super extraordinary life of freedom and success. And I will contact this person and have a special call with him, okay, or her. So make sure you do that. Who's going to do this challenge? Put number 3 in the chat. Stefani already did it. Amazing. So this is a quote from Sam Walton. Who knows who is Sam Walton? Let's see if somebody knows him. Who knows who is Sam Walton? Anyone knows him? 5, 4, 3. I know some people are going to Google now. Sam Walton. All are searching, exactly. Okay, let me tell you who's Sam Walton. Sam Walton is the founder of Walmart. For the people who don't know, Walmart is one of the biggest supermarkets in USA. Okay, a big market. And number of employees that this company has, Walmart, are more than the people of a country, of many countries. Okay, so it's huge, huge company. Okay, so, and at one point, Sam Walton was the richest man in the world. So Sam Walton said, high expectations are the key to everything. Well, you know, some people, you lived in maybe family or friends where they say, don't have high expectations, you will be disappointed, right? Well, if you, those people are not living a super life, right? let's check their life. Always I say, don't take advice from people you don't want to live their lifestyle. Okay, so if you want a different lifestyle, listen to the people who have that lifestyle you want to achieve. Okay, so high expectations are the key to everything. That's why when you put targets, they should have those targets, high expectations, huge, crazy, uncomfortable targets. Why not? That's the main question. Why not? And then what you do, you just figure it out. Okay, that's the goal. I need it. I want it. It will make me so happy if I achieve this. Okay, let me see how to do it. I don't have the knowledge. So let me go search for the knowledge and the network and the people who can help me achieve this goal. Okay, and what kind of knowledge and skills I need to achieve this goal. So the key is first putting high expectations, putting targets very high. Okay, so I'm going to share my personal experience, okay, with putting high expectations. I remember very well when I started my journey of personal growth at the age of 26, I was making around $4,000 to $5,000 a month in my family business with my dad. Now, some people would say, I wish I make 5,000. Guys, that was what I lied to myself, that I was making $5,000 to $6,000 a month. Let me explain what I mean. That was my business income. I didn't know the difference. I didn't have financial education. Okay. For me, I was collecting revenue, 5,000, 6,000 a month, and comparing myself to my friends who had jobs. They were making 800 to 1,000, 1,200. And I'm like, hey, I'm good. You know, I'm good. So that was keeping me in a comfortable situation and not making me push myself more. In reality, I wasn't really making 5,000, 6,000 because my lifestyle was not better than my friends. Yeah, all of us had a car. Yeah, all of us would afford to rent a small house. Yeah, all of us would maybe at least eat every day, at least cover minimum expenses. So my life wasn't so much better. Why? I'm making three to 5 times what they are making, and I wasn't making, my lifestyle was not better. Why? Because that was business income, not personal income. And business income, most of that money should be what? Reinvested in the business. There's also the cost of the products I'm selling, including in it. There's also the rent of the shop and the employees and everything necessary you need. And I need money to go back to France, buy antiques. I need money to buy antiques again, replace the old stock that was sold. So in reality, I was paying myself a salary. And I didn't know that. I didn't know. That's why I was comfortable. So I was paying myself salary, which was mainly I was living the minimum lifestyle necessary so I can somehow survive. But in reality, even today, I learned the word survive is completely different, has different meaning that we didn't know. And I will share it later. But what I in my head, it was, I was making 5,000. In my father's head, I was making 5,000. So when I started my network marketing business in 2000, end of 2009, beginning of 2010, my goal was double the 5,000. If I double it, I'm good. So my goal was 10,000. And then when I started to share it to my friends, to every person who I was doing meetings with, my goal, I'm working on a $10,000, they were making fun of me. And I remember very well a friend, she's from school, she told me, come on, you're always doing meetings. Are you swimming with dollars? I said, I'm wearing the swimsuit. I never forget that. And also I had a lot of people who, they just tell me good luck. And I hate that people said good luck. So mainly that was my first target, reach 10,000 a month. For me, it was success. That's what I wanted to reach. Unfortunately, the first 2 years, I never reached it. I didn't even get close. close. In my network marketing business, the first 2 years, I didn't even reach the income that I was making in my normal business. So I didn't even reach the 5,000 a month. Actually, I never even reached 1,000 a month. Okay. So, but I really wanted to succeed. I really wanted to reach that number. I really wanted to be free from my dad's plan, because I was following just the plan of my dad. And I just wanted to be free and prove myself that I can be successful alone. I don't need the help of my dad or anyone else. So I kept on consistently learning, working. I knew that I'm different. I knew that I had things. I started to have a lot of knowledge, that I started to look like an expert to the society about that industry. And it was in 2012, I decided to even loan money from someone to go and watch my first workshop ever in USA. My first workshop ever. Like, there wasn't Zoom. You're lucky now, okay? There wasn't Zoom at that time. So I had to go watch a workshop, take a ticket for $2,500. It was August, high season. And then rent an hotel, go to this workshop for 3 days. I didn't know anyone there. I just knew that I had to go to change my life. That's all I knew. And in the beginning of the workshop, the first day, they were talking about, the trainer was talking about goals, targets, plan, because the whole workshop was about 90 days game plan. And before you do the plan, you prepare. You have to do preparation. And they said, put your financial target monthly. Okay, so I put 10,000. And then he said, did you all put your targets? Great, double it. What? Everybody in the crowd, huh? Okay, double it. Okay, I didn't even reach 1,000 for 2 years. Like, I just wanted 10,000, you know? Okay, 20,000. Said, good, double it. What? What is he talking about? Okay, 40,000. He said, double it. What? 80,000. Okay, and all the room was laughing. He said, don't laugh. If you don't put goals that are scary enough, you're not going to even achieve the one that you want to achieve. And fast forward, I would say, after that workshop, I reached, after a year, after that workshop, $25,000 a month. And my best month in my life, let's say until now, my best income in a month was in February 2021. Okay. It was $62,000. Okay. So I didn't do the 80, but It's even much better than the 10,000 I was dreaming of, right? So, of course, I left the plan of my dad after 3 years, after I decided that I want to leave the plan of my dad. And I'm really living the free life. Okay, so the goals, the targets should be super extraordinary targets. And the main question is, why not? Just why not? Okay, what will happen if you just put on a paper and crazy goal? Because it starts from there. The key starts from there. Okay, I have a training called Happy List, which I would gladly share to whoever wants to create your bucket list, to create your list of the things, your goals from 1 year from now, 5 years from now, and after 5 years. It's very important you do this. It's one of the most important things when you put your targets. You should have a bucket list. Now, today, you're going to learn something added on that happy list that I'm going to, if I do that training again, I would change something very important that I learned today from Grant, okay? Which you will see later. Anyway, so now we're going to go into a definition of some words that Grant is using or the people use, and we really don't know the real definition. And this is, and I've seen this, honestly, following many successful people, reading many books. I've seen they always do this, which is against who I am. I hate literature. I was the worst in language literature in school, okay? I was good in math and physics and chemistry. But I've seen many successful people do that. And even I heard it in my early days in my personal development journey from Jim Rohn, who said, one of the things you should work on is learn vocabulary, learn the power of the words, understand every word, what they really mean. And I just neglected it because it's an uncomfortable thing to me, okay? And seeing it over and over with every successful person, what they do is mainly when there's a word that even we know it, they go to understand the real meaning in dictionary, okay? What it really means and which words they are using to explain this word, so it can memorize in the right way and not from the what's your family understand that word is. Like, example, money, right? Money. Every person has a different meaning for money. If you say money, what does money mean? You will see that every person will have a different answer. Money is something to buy. It's for something to buy. It's a paper. Money is fraud. Money is, everybody will have a different answer. Those are opinions, not the fact. And what I've seen always successful people do, they go check for facts. So they don't waste time saving an information that was just an opinion. Okay, so they just save the facts. So that's what Grant did in this training. He went into every word that we might use that maybe it's scary for you, maybe you don't like it, or maybe you like it, but you really didn't know the definition. So what we're doing now, we're going to do today, we're going to delete the old meanings, which mainly they are opinions in your head of those words, because it's very important, those words, you really know the real meaning. Good, let's start. So the first word, because we're talking about super life, right? Let's define super. What it means, super. Okay, I want a super life. What is super? Okay, some people think about Superman. Superman is imaginary, so I can't do it. No. Let's define super. Let's forget the... As kids, we were seeing super things, right? Super. So let's define, okay, what is super? Super means above or beyond. That's what it explains in dictionaries, okay? Above and beyond. That's what it means. So if you want a super life, what it means is you want an above or beyond life. To a great extreme, super means to a great extreme. Super means extra large. Big life, okay? Super means having greater influence and capacity. Not just being selfish, me and my feelings. I don't like to talk to somebody. I'm afraid I don't like sales. Okay, you're just being selfish. Okay. If you want a super life, you should have a great influence in whatever you are doing in your life. Capacity, what you are able to do. Super can mean also of a higher kind. Higher kind. It means a lot, right? It means a lot. So another thing that Grant did in this training is going also researching not only in dictionary, researching the origin of every word. Because in the English language, origins, you have to go back to 700, 800 years ago, okay? And most of the words, there are new words that came later, right? Like the internet. It's a word that wasn't there 700 years ago, okay? So Zoom, it was the word that was used 700 years ago, but super was a word used years ago. And its origin means above and beyond. Okay, it's super, above and beyond. So if you want a super life, you want an above and beyond life. Next, if you want a super extraordinary life, let's define what it means extraordinary. It means very unusual or remarkable. Very unusual. Okay, and when you decide to have a super extraordinary life, you will have an unusual, means not normal, not the normal, outside the normal course of events. And that's the origin of the word. Read under it. Outside the normal course of events. What means normal course of events? It means the majority are living a lifestyle, somehow, thoughts, ideas, a lifestyle. Okay, they live in events in life, they do things. So if you want an extraordinary life, you have to decide that I don't want that normal. I don't want to be normal. I don't want to live that normal life. And that brings haters. And that should be added in having an extraordinary life. I'm telling you what Grant said when I was watching him. Okay, so you will have haters, and you will have admirers, and you will have people who don't even care. So it doesn't matter what people think. If you decided to have a super extraordinary life, you have to understand what you're asking for is a very unusual and remarkable life outside the normal course of events. Okay, and let me share my experience. When I decided to take this journey, like, it's very weird that I personally always decide to do things that people don't understand. Like yesterday, I was celebrating my first week. Okay, I went to a party, and they were my friend told me they were already going to a party. I went there, and he had his friends with him. Okay, like those people had. It was easy when I asked them, what do you do? It was very simple. One was HR manager of a bank in Qatar, okay? And the other is the owner of a restaurant, very famous restaurant in Lebanon, okay? And I forgot the name of the restaurant, okay? So, and they asked me, what do you do? I'm like, again. Again, so I was in network marketing, people didn't understand that. And now I am in, okay, licensee of Grant Cardone. Now explain that. I'm a licensee of Grant Cardone. Do you know Grant Cardone? Okay, so mainly I chose always to do things unusual, outside of the normal course of events. Okay, and that brought a lot of hate, a lot of people don't understand it, but I chose that life because I just didn't want to be like the normal people. Okay, I just didn't want to be like the normal people, and I always use the strategy of whatever the majority is doing, I should do the contrary. That's one of the philosophies I have. Like, if the majority are doing something, I'll do something else. Okay, if the majority is advising me something, Okay, that's a sign that I should do the contrary. Okay. The other way. So what do we want? We want a super extraordinary life. And the target should be what? Freedom. So let's define freedom. What it means freedom. For every person, it means something else. You know, my motto is living the free life. Okay. And to be honest, I put this motto from 2010. At that time, there was MSN. So it was my username, living the free life. When I started understanding financial education from Robert Kiyosaki, and he said that the B, big business owner, and the I, investor, they work for freedom. They don't work for security. And that's when I created Living the Free Life. Okay. So that it started from 2010. But to be honest, in the last 13 years, the definition of freedom for me changed many times for me. People ask me, what do you mean by living the free life? And every time I had a different answer along those years. Now, today, watching Grant, I was like, why I didn't even check in dictionary what it means freedom? Like, why giving every time different answers, you know? So let's check what Grant said. Freedom, it's not what Grant said. Those are facts, what's in the dictionary, okay? The power or right to act, speak, or think as one wants without hindrance or restraint. By the way, if I make mistakes in pronunciation in English, it's very normal, okay? I was bad in literature, okay? So there are words in English that are new to me. I might do pronunciation mistakes, okay? So don't focus on that, focus on learning. The power or right to act, speak, or think as one wants without hindrance or restraint, okay? If somebody can Google now and copy paste the definition of hindrance, okay? Let's also, I did it before, but I forgot when I was watching because it was at noon. If you can share to us in the chat what is hindrance, but I think I understood, which is mainly without limitations, okay? I think that provides resistance, delay, or obstruction to something or someone. Exactly. So freedom means just to have the right, it's a powerful word, the power or the right. Because I've seen a lot of people, they want to do something, but they feel they don't have the right. The power and the right to act, speak, or think as one wants without hindrance or restraint. Mainly, that's one of the answers I used to say when somebody asked me what is living the free life. It means I have the choice of taking decisions. Because for me, at the beginning, why I put living the free life, it was my dad who decided. He decided. He didn't even give me the choice to decide what I want to do in my life. He decided that his only son should take over his business. And I didn't have the choice to decide. And this is not only in business, this is in anything. Some parents decide who their children should marry. They plan it in their head. Some people decide that their kid should be in this religion. Some people decide that their wife should treat him somehow, and she decides that her husband should treat. Well, having the free life is mainly the freedom to decide and act and speak or even think as you want without any limitation. Act like you want without thinking that, the perfectionist, I have to do it perfect. I have to do it professional, my real videos and everything. I didn't start social media because I have to prepare. Okay, you know those people. Okay, you are putting yourself in limitation based on the opinion of other people. You're not free. You're not a free person. You're not free to just open the camera and say what you want to say in a pajama. You're not free. Why we love Cardone? People love Cardone. Why his brand is very powerful? One of the reasons, he is free to say anything he wants online. Anything he wants. He doesn't care. Okay? So that freedom, also another freedom I would give you, a freedom to just decide that I want to take a break and go on a vacation in Bali. Now, I have to go to Bali. I saw this video on YouTube or on Instagram, on TikTok. It's so beautiful. I need to go there. That's freedom. Freedom is also, you have an idea and you're not afraid to act on it. Freedom is also being creative. So let's continue. Freedom, state of being able to move freely. I wish they give me a visa so I can leave this country. You're not free. And it's your responsibility to be free. It's not the government, it's not anyone else. Hey, I'm born in Lebanon, which has all the problems media-wise internationally that we are a very bad country. We don't get easily visas. And because of I worked on my personal development and my motto was living the free life, I didn't want other countries stop me from living the free life. So what I did, I digged how to get all the visas. I digged what I should do. And it turned out there's a way. The best way. And the way that is free, not get a job and get stuck in that country, and especially in the Arab world where they give you something called Iqame, which is a visa where they take your passport. You can't travel unless it's their permission, okay? Which I call it legalized slavery, legal slavery, okay? And you're not free. So what I discovered is very simple. I discovered that the governments of the world respect, or the consulates respect the businessman more than the employee, and respect money. So if you have money in your bank account, and if you have a business, take the visa, come to our country and spend that money. We want that. Okay, so that's what I discovered. Also, they respect the person who is growing. My first visa to USA was because I was going to this workshop. But also I had a company. I opened a company. Gary, I don't have the money to open a company. Did you even ask? Did you even ask how much it will cost to register a company in your name? It's nothing. Okay, it's really nothing compared to the freedom you're buying by having a company, your own company. Banks will love you more. Governments will love you more. Consulates will love you more. I don't know. Everything worked great for me because of that decision. I opened my first company in 2007 at the age of 20. What would be my age at that time? 2007 or 24. I was 24. Okay. I opened my company in my name. I paid $1,400 at that time. Okay. So I had my own company, and that's the paper I used to give to the consulates. Okay. I have 3 years Schengen visa, 10 years American visa now. I have a company in Dubai, also another company where I have my own freedom visa, not somebody under my head. Okay. I buy my freedom. Got it? I work for my freedom. I don't work for money. So state of being able to move freely. Like, you know how many people judge my lifestyle? And the people around me know me. Every few months, I'm somewhere, a country, a new house. I just move. And like, when are you gonna be stable? Like, why? I live in this world. It's a global world. I'd never see a country as a country. I see that the borders are man created, not God didn't create the borders, right? And I have a life that should be full. I'm not gonna say anymore life is short, because that's what we learned from Grant. Okay, life is not short. Life can be empty or full. Okay, so I have to make sure my life is full. So I want to make sure that in my bucket list I have 100 countries to visit. So I just moved from one country to another, and I made sure that I work online and not get stuck, and also sell things that I can sell all over the world, not stuck by governmental structure of logistical and stuff like that. So did my dad create that for me? No, he was totally against this, against my plan and lifestyle. Did my friends around me were like me? No. What I just did, I took the responsibility to have buy my own freedom. So the state of being able to move freely, it's one of the most beautiful things in my life. Yeah, Gary, but you don't have kids. If you have kids, again, it's your responsibility to live the free life, but now it costs you more. That's it. So you made sure that you make more income. That's what you focus on. More income will buy you nannies, will buy you more tickets to make sure your kids are with you, traveling the world, seeing the world, and you'll be the best example to your kids. Okay? Using or expanding what Cardone did with his kids, he just decided that his kids should travel with him, learn with him, travel the world with him, and he decided, first of all, to buy his own jet. That was his first target. And two, he homeschooled his two girls. If you have a problem with that, why he's doing that, he's selfish, just go on YouTube and search for Grant Cardone kids and see what he's raising. Okay? I don't believe in luck, but I believe in luck only one way, our parents. Okay? And those girls are lucky. But how he's raising them, for sure those kids are gonna go like one of the most successful people in the world. Okay? And one of the most influential kids in the world. So and they have this freedom. They have this freedom. They are not stuck in a school. And one of the reasons he did homeschooling also because he didn't want their kids to grow with the mentality of their friends, on the teachers. Okay? So using or now Cardone has that freedom to do that. He built that freedom. He reached for freedom and has the freedom to do that. And he doesn't care what people would say. Oh my God, you're making those kids not have the social life of school. He doesn't care. Okay? Using or expanding something without restraint. Using or expanding something without restraint. Origin of the word freedom. It's two words. Free, which meant at that time, not in bondage, to love. That's what it meant. Free is to love and think of lovingly. And this was wow for me. It was an aha moment for me. Are you free enough to love everyone and think lovingly? Or you're still programmed in bondage by the hatred and the racism of the society around you? Do you love everyone no matter their religion and race? Do you love everyone no matter their income and no matter their situation? Do you think of lovingly for everyone? Do you love your competition? Do you love the people who hate you? That is freedom. And if you can't, it's mainly because of some programming that you need to work on. And that's why therapy is important. Okay? So free, that's what it means. Not in bondage to love, think of lovingly. Okay? Dom, the second part, freedom, dom, okay? It means master, control, or authority. So you're master of your feelings, you're master of your desires, you're master of your act, you're master of your what you're saying and what you're thinking. Control or authority. So success defines, for some people, freedom is just living their partner. They'll be free. I was like that, okay? It was a mistake. It was a huge mistake. I understood freedom wrong. Completely misunderstood it. So success defined. What is success? What's the definition of success? I had all discussions about this with some people. People think that success is money. No. Okay? Success is not money. Let's see what success means. Success means the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. I love the sentence from the book, The Greatest Salesman in the World, Og Mandino. He says, success is achieving a goal, whatever it may be. Okay? It's just setting a goal and achieve it, whatever it may be. So that is success. The accomplishment of an aim or purpose. The attainment of popularity or profit. That's success, right? Popularity or profit. Success also means person that achieves desired aims or prosperity. The origin of the word, come after, to follow. Look at the origin. Come after or to follow. Interesting. Next. Success expansion is vital across all your interests to survive. Success expansion is vital across all your interests. And the interests we're going to talk about, we talked about it last time, the 7 things you should focus on. Across everything in your life, it's divided into 7 things in your life. Success in all of them is important so you survive. And this is when another aha moment today. Survive defined. Because survival mode, I used to hear it a lot, was a wrong definition. Survival mode was a negative word for me. Survival for me, it was bad. What I understood today, the real meaning of survive is this: continue to live or exist in spite of danger or hardship. Which means it's a very positive word. But the state of being in survival mode is wrongly explained. Wrongly explained. Because what I realized today, that most of the people are not even in a state of survival. They are just dead early. And this was like, what Grant is talking about today? What? Okay, let me explain. If you are not in a situation where you can continue to live or exist in spite of danger or hardship, then you are dead. You're not surviving. We're talking about society survival. We're not talking about physical, okay? Because you can be dead already mentally. You can be dead socially. So survive defined means continue to live or exist in spite of danger or hardship. So if a danger comes health-wise, will you survive? If a danger comes or hardship comes in your business, will you survive? That business will survive. Your health will survive. Your mental health will survive. If the danger comes in your family, oh, if I lose my partner, I lose my life. What do we say to our partner? You are my life. Okay, nice word. Okay, we say nice words just to the inner child will be happy. Okay, we say those things, but no, that's not life. Okay, your partner is not your life. Your life is your life. So if she or he leaves, he does a mistake, he cheats. Turns out one day he was using your name to use all the take loans from people. You trusted your name, your signature. And suddenly your world is collapsed. Will you survive? See, that's the definition of survive. Survive means making sure that all areas of your life will survive, even if there's danger and hardship, no matter what. So survive defined also remain alive after that. Ooh. Another aha moment. Survive, remain alive after that. What? Soul? No. Your name, your accomplishments. I'm using Apple now, laptop, MacBook. I'm using iPhone. The name remained Steve Jobs, right? He survived. He's still surviving. So we never forget his name. So live a legacy life. That means survive. Oof. Now completely the word survive changed in my mind. For me, it was a negative word. Completely. Okay? Survive means have a super life. And survive defined means above, beyond life. Failure defined. Failure defined. There are a lot of things we think that we're failing, and there are the things we think that we are not failing, which is failure. Okay, so let's define failure first of all. Omission or occurrence or omission of occurrence or performance of something. Just a second, I'm going to fix the ring light. Okay, good. Omission of occurrence or performance of something. State of inability to perform a normal function. And I'm going to stop here. What does it mean, a normal function? I want to, and this might be a big aha moment for you. A normal function mainly is when 1 + 1 = 2. What does that mean? It means that if there's steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to do a function, to achieve something, to do something, and it's just a scientifically explained and it works 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and I just quit. I didn't do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I failed because others are able to do it. So a normal function, it's mainly something that is achievable and you just couldn't do it because mainly you quit. So like business is achievable. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to go through. You have to do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, and you can become a businessman, businesswoman, and you can have your own business. Now, okay, the knowledge that you had didn't help you. We talked about this last week. Didn't help you to have your own business and become successful. But it is a normal function. And anyone can do it. He just has to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If he's stuck in the 2, it's not a reason to quit. He just has to reprogram something that's stopping him. Got it? So failure means a state of inability to perform a normal function. A normal function, like if you tell me, if I say, or let me say that What is not a normal function? Okay, a normal function and not a normal function is me jumping from the roof and flying. That's an abnormal function because there's science will tell you there's gravity, you will fall and die. Okay, but a normal function is taking a plane to reach somewhere by flying. Yes, that's a normal function. I don't have the money to take that plane. Okay, then fix that problem first. Got it? You didn't fail, you didn't fly, you failed making the money. So failure is a falling, means also a falling short, deficiency. Let's see the origin of the word failure. To lose strength or weaken, fade away or die. See why he said, Grant, die when you're not surviving? Okay, fade away or die. It's a failure. To deceive or disappoint. To become absent or inadequate. To be unsuccessful. Again, meaning of success is not only money, okay? It's everything. To become bankrupt or insolvent. This is the definition of failure in 13th century, okay? To lose strength or weaken. I don't have energy to do this task. You say this to yourself, right? You're failing. Your health is failing. Your energy is failing. You should do something about it, okay? Fade away or die, to deceive or disappoint. I know I'm reading 2 times, 3 times, but those are, my target is that they get programmed in your head, those words, the real meaning of those words, because the definition of those words in your head are only opinions. The real meanings are those. So I know I repeat sometimes things, but that's the only way I can make sure it's saving. Next, any area of your life that cannot survive hardship or setbacks will automatically pull the rest of your life down. Any area of your life that cannot survive hardship or setbacks will automatically pull the rest of your life down. How many people experience this already in this life? Oh, career-wise, I'm great. Something happens in the family. Now your career is down, even though you are great in whatever you're doing. How many celebrities you've seen? They're doing great in what they do. Actors, athletes, but they are bad in money, spending. They are bad in relations. They have wrong understanding about spirituality. They have wrong understanding about what's fun and not fun, recreational. So all those, we will talk about them later, they have to be in a survival mode. They have to survive, okay? And we will talk about those later. So, excuses why you don't have it all. And why you can't put high targets. Why you can't put high expectations. You create excuses, and that's not you, guys, okay? That's not the reason you have excuses. You have excuses because the mind is protecting you from the high expectations for a change. You're asking your mind, hey, now I want to do things uncomfortable. I don't want to be in comfort. And the mind creates, I call it a blame list or excuses list. Starts creating excuses why you can't. And I hear it, a lot of people saying it to me when I coach. Okay? Yeah, but I have the job. I can't leave the job. I don't have money. My marriage is... Or I'm single. That's why. By the way, I gave this excuse to myself. I'll confess. Okay? When I was a few months ago, I was dead. Now I'm using this definition. I wasn't surviving. I was dead. Okay? Which was, I wasn't productive because of setbacks I had last year. I said to myself, maybe if I had children and a wife, I wouldn't be sitting in the house all day doing nothing. I gave myself that excuse, okay? Which is wrong, which is totally wrong, okay? It's totally wrong. See, and the people who have kids, they say, I can't work because I have kids. I can't build a business because I have kids. I can't do something else or invest my part-time because I have kids. And I say, I'm not having the energy to work because I don't have kids. Like, stupid. This mind is stupid. Really illogical. It's just a protection machine. Okay? Bad breaks. Physical condition. Yeah, I can do it, but because I have this physical condition. I can't go because I have this physical condition. Those are excuses. Yeah, okay, you have physical. Go watch. I forgot his name. Vucevic. He has no legs and no hands. I watched him live in Dubai in 2019. You're talking about physical condition. At the age of 19, the guy had already stocks, making money passively from stocks. At the age of 19, without hands and legs. All he had is his brain and his voice and his eyes. Okay? If you don't have eyes, you have other things. So physical condition is the reason. Some people use it as an excuse. I am sick. Okay. You want to die? Decide. Okay? Government. No. Majority of the world. They blame the government. Upbringing, which means things that are programmed while you were a kid, things that happened to you while you were a kid. Okay? I have traumas. Yeah, okay, I got it. Fix it. There are professionals for that. Okay? Me, example, my father, I'm sharing the story. Let me tell you something very, very important. If you watch a movie and the movie finishes with the hero saying, I cannot save my wife, I cannot save the country, I cannot save my children, I cannot reach what's supposed to reach based on the story of the movie, and gives the excuses why he can't, and the movie finishes like that, will you ever watch that movie again? Will you give it a high rating? People like movies when there's also not everything is amazing. Everything is amazing at the beginning, then everything collapses, or things happen in his life, shit happens, and then what he does, we want to watch that. We got excited. How he's gonna get off this shit, right? How he's gonna get out of it? How he's gonna fix it? And along the way, you will see there's a lot of challenges and dangers and blah 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 blah. Things happen after another, and he's overcoming them, and then he wins. And we love this kind of movie. People love this kind of movie. So using the challenges and the problems and the job and the money and the marriage and all those reasons why you can't get over live a super life, it's just an excuse. It's a defense mechanism, and people don't care. People don't want to watch that story. People want to watch what you're going to do when you have this challenge. For kids, we always say this: don't use your kids as an excuse. Use your kids as a reason. For people living in third world countries, don't give your country, government, a reason why you should be lazy. You have the internet. There's the world. The world market is in your hands, on your phone. The whole market. When I was born, that wasn't possible. Now the world is in your hands. There's no excuse. No one blames the government. No one blames I totally agree. Yes, okay, it's valid. It's valid a little bit. Okay, got it. We don't have the support that first world countries has if you want to be entrepreneur, let's say like that. But that's not a fact that you can't do it. That's not the reality. That's an opinion in your head. You're seeing only the people around you, while you're not seeing people from the same country doing amazing online, having businesses all over the world, and they started from the country you are in from. The only difference is that he focused on growing and fixing one challenge after another, like the hero of the movie. He searched for the solutions instead of looking at the problem and there's a wall, I can't do anything. Maybe the wall is just a paper you didn't even check. Okay? So, kids, boss, location. There's a big list of excuses. If we're going to go through it, it's going to be a waste of time. Your excuses might be legit, but they won't improve your life. And I always say this, so people who I coach, they say, yeah, but you know, my life was like this, and this happened, and this happened, and this is what's happening to me. This is my answer to them. Until when you're going to tell that story? When you want to stop the story? Or you like to share it as it is? Because if you like to share it as it is, you're talking to the wrong person. You want to change the story, let's start. Okay? Your excuses, your challenges, your whatever happened to you in the past are not a real reason you can do better in the future. And they won't help you keep on sharing the story and use it as... I love the sentence from Les Brown. If you share your problems on television, 80% don't care, they will laugh at you, and 20% they will feel like, oh, good. At least I'm better than this person. They just feel good about themselves. People don't care. They care what you did because of that problem. Even if there's a problem, what did you do after that? They care about that. And keep on seeing your problems as a reason will not improve your life. Live by this fact. This is a fact. Okay? Take a picture. I don't know what you're going to do about it, but listen well. False knowledge or no knowledge and the false sense of security are only accepted by those that have not committed to create a super extraordinary 10x life of freedom. So people who give you false knowledge, or you're saving false knowledge, or no knowledge, they don't search for knowledge. Okay? And they have a false sense of security. Like the most important thing for them is security. And it's wrong. There's no security in this world. There's nothing like, there's temporary security, but not all life security. There's no more that. We talked about this many times. Are only accepted by those that have not committed. They're not driving. They're not committed. They're just sitting to create a super extraordinary 10x life of freedom. Call it whatever you want, the 10x super life. You understand what I mean? It's having the life that you deserve. You really deserve, without the limitation that came from the middle class and poor class. So make sure the knowledge that you're getting is the right one. What you're reprogramming your mind with. Check every word, what they really mean, like Grant does. And don't work for security, work for freedom. When you are unable to survive, you are unable to continue into the future. Beyond technological disruptions, economic contractions, and unplanned events. The people who tell you, I wish we can go back to the old days, don't take any advice from them. Okay? Those people are dead. Okay? They're dead in the past. They don't understand that always there's going to be technological disruptions, economic contractions, and unplanned events. It's going to happen. But your target is to make sure to have that freedom in all areas of your life to survive whatever might happen, to continue your life and live how you should live. Just a second. Okay. I got a new dog today, and she brought me her toy now. Hey, I'm having a workshop. I'm sorry. I'll come and play too with you later. Okay. So, extra defined. And so what it means extra? An item that in addition to what is usual or strictly necessary. Extra means an item that in addition to what is usual or strictly necessary. Okay, so mainly extraordinary or extra life means living beyond the ordinary or the minimum necessary. And if you're living a life paycheck to paycheck, you're not alive. Okay, so I said I'm going to blow your mind. I said I'm going to talk things very uncomfortable. I took the permission at the beginning. Okay, so the origin of the word extra, shortening of extraordinary. So mainly extra means more than the usual. Success definition by Grant Cardone: the pursuit and attainment of my full potential across all of my life, and that what I produce lives on beyond me. There's a lot of people who say, who ask me a lot, why you're working this much, why you always work for extra, why you didn't just decide, your father already created a business, why you just didn't stay there, why you're different, why you're doing different things always, why you're weird things you're doing. Okay, one of my answers are, I discovered that if I learn something new and I apply it, I have a lot of potentials. I'm not limited to what I know until now. So I have a lot of potentials. The most beautiful potential is being able to influence a huge number of people. And I have the potential also to live a legacy life. How? I'm discovering, okay, along the way. So success for Grant Cardone, kind of, that's why when I read this, when he said it, I'm like, maybe that's why I like this guy. Maybe personally why I felt like I want to represent this guy. Because, see, my answer is kind of the same what he says. Success, the pursuit and attainment of my full potential across all of my life, and that what I produce lives on beyond me. Next, I think we finished today. We just have, what's the time? Yeah, good. We're good. Life defined. So we said we're working on having a super extraordinary freedom life. So what is life? What's the definition of life? Particular type or aspect of people's existence. Vitality, vigor, or energy. I don't know vigor if I pronounced it right. Okay. Period between birth and death. Origin of the word means to live. To live. And the aspects of your life. What are the 7 things? I'm going to remind you. You should survive. Anything happens, hardship, those 7 should survive. Family, business, health, spiritual, financial, community, and recreation. Recreation, for the people who don't know, I Googled it. I didn't understand it. Okay. It means your hobbies, your fun things. Okay. So this is the homework. This is what you should work on after this workshop. Rate these on a scale from 0 to 10. Family. If a hardship happens, problem happens, is the family strong enough? Business. And by the way, family can be not only the person you're sleeping with, okay? Family is the whole family, the big family, okay? Are you able to provide them a life that they deserve? Are you able to give them a life that they need to see? Business, 0 to 10. Physical health, 0 to 10. Will it survive any sickness? Will it survive a disaster? Like one of the things I was thinking, honestly, when I saw the earthquake videos and stuff like that, okay? I'm like, sometimes we need to run. And if I didn't practice enough for running every day, something might happen that I have to run, right? And I won't be ready for it. So I need to work out every day. So that reminded me. So physical health, spiritual, and doesn't mean only religion, okay? Spiritual. Mainly it's the self-talk here. Mainly it's praying a self-talk. How do you rate yourself spiritually? Do you study stuff spiritual? Financial, your financial education. Let me give you an example, okay? Personally, my business at the time I shared to you today was doing 10 on 10. I never say 10. I always say 8, 9, okay, but never 10, because there's always room for improvement. Let's say 8. But I realized, okay, so I was making good money, but I realized that my financial was bad. Because when things collapsed, things became bad, suddenly I don't have money a lot. Even though I should have had, was making a lot of money. Why? Because I didn't follow the knowledge and they didn't program in my head the financial education that I was keep on reading and reading. Long years ago, I read it, but I didn't focus on it when money came, that's why the training of money mindset is so important. And the most important part is put 40% aside. So 40% of your income, save it and invest it to build assets. The mistake that I did, I never built assets. So that's why I would put in financial 0 now. Okay, because until I don't have an asset, my financial is 0. Communal, recreational. So you have to rate, so 0 to 10. If you don't have a bucket list, this is your bucket list. If you have a bucket list, maybe you should recheck. If you have a happy list, maybe you should recheck. Or is it divided? And this is what I'm going to change now if I do the training happy list again. Divided into those 7. Family, business, physical, spiritual, financial, communal, recreational. Think about it. What will make it a 10 in the 7 or in those 7? What would make the rate 10? What is missing? And maybe you should focus on that to have a super life. Because if one of those, you're focusing only of one of those, let's say business, you want to have a successful business, but you're not taking care of your family, physical health, spiritual, any danger might come, everything will fall. Okay, so and personally, I had that experience many times. I know people that are dead at 25 and don't make it official until they are 80. So that's one of the aha moments today also. Some people are dead already. They just don't make it official until 80. Those people who are just living paycheck to paycheck, cutting costs, making sure they downgrade everything their life, and they're living just a simple life, very, very simple, and just surrounding themselves with people like them so they don't feel bad. Okay? Those people who spend hours on the coffee shops, sitting, just nagging about the situation, those people are dead. Don't be around them, or try to resurrect them. Give them the information if they want. If they don't want, they keep on resisting it. Don't waste your time. Just make sure you are living a full life. And I know people who are 50 and living better than a 25-year-old. So really living. Success doesn't happen to you. It happens because of you. Again, understand the meaning of success. It's not only money, it's all of those. I think that's it for today. Let's make sure those are examples of people who use the 10x exercises and the 10x university that really changed. The 10x rule changed my direction. I came aboard to run a business in December and lead the team to a 200% increase in sales volume. Anyway, so some announcements I have to do at the end. So I started my sales coaching offer. There's some packages based on how much you can afford and how much you really are serious about living the super life. And especially sales, it's the most important thing you should start learning, because it will make you always make money in your life. It will help you to achieve any goal. So that's why. So there's packages called the do it yourself. You just get the university. I don't know if there are people in the school who already started the University of Grant Cardone. If you like to share, you can raise your hands. I open the microphone or the camera, or you want to put it in the chat. Just share your experience, guys. So sales coaching offer, there's 3 packages, which mainly are, or you buy it yourself, only $97 with all this knowledge that Grant Cardone delivers himself, $97 a month. It's nothing compared to any other university, any other things you're going to learn, with all the detailed process to learn a career that will completely change your life. Okay, so we do the second program, the second package, which is mainly do it with you. So this is going to be daily calls, weekly workshops, and being part of a great community of people who are like-minded. That's the most valuable thing, the network of people who are like-minded to reprogram your mind. And weekly, daily, they are sharing what they are learning. Also, would do it with you and this community. We are also having, what I do is I watch, until now, I still watch new videos of Grant Cardone, new trainings that are not part of the basic university. It's extra. As a licensee, I have them. So I watch it every day. And what I do, I share to this community, to my clients. Together, we watch it together, whatever I'm watching. So that's an extra value. Do it with you. It's just $197 a month. It's really nothing. And mainly what we do is we make sure that in the first 90 days, you grow your income much, much more. There's also do it for you. This is for very special people who really want a daily and weekly private coaching. And they have also special workshops only made for them, sales and marketing, and also a free ticket for every event and workshops that I will do. There's also, I have to mention that this week I'm starting the program of all those students of last week. And if you want to be part of it, let's do it very early tomorrow. Let's start it from tomorrow. You can be part of that group. What else? I'm reading some testimonials here. Best experience ever. A place where you can learn. Sari is sharing, learn information with a lot of aha moments. I started with the university 2 weeks ago, and I'm already having amazing results in my business. It is amazing to have Grant Cardone daily telling me how to think and how to do things to become successful. So thank you for sharing your testimonials, Sari and Stephanie. And I'm so excited to hear your success stories soon, and we can share it to all over the world online, and also in my events we can travel together also. Love you all. I hope you got amazing aha moments today. Just don't let your mind attack those ideas. They might be very controversial for what you were raised until now as knowledge, that was right, it's wrong. But this is how you're going to grow. You want to reach from the small percentage of people who are living a super life. It starts here. And that's why this training is very important. You want to go faster, contact me. Let me give you much more knowledge, much more information that we're going to work on it on all the week. Love you all.